election. So criminal trials.
Hi, we're back at Channel Zero. This is John Stauber. I'm co-author with Sheldon Rampton of Toxic Sludge is Good for You, Lies, Damn Lies, and the Public Relations Industry. And tonight we're going to look at how surveys and pollsters and psychodemographics are used to manipulate our minds and our policies.
In this survey, it's not what you know that counts. Rather, it's what you happen to think that is important. There are no right or wrong answers. We are just interested in learning about your experiences and how you feel about things.
Of course, when someone calls you on the phone and says they want to hear your opinion, that's sort of flattering. So a lot of people say, sure, I'll tell you what I think. And pollsters behind the scenes will often be rather frank with one another. They're not telling the people they're calling why they're doing the questioning.
In one respect, I don't see public opinion research as anything other than an evolution of a politician's desire to understand where their public is at on issues. More scientific, more timely, happens on a larger scale for sure. But the basic premise is time-tested.
You know, in fact, to some extent, I think that polling can be used to create the semblance of democracy and to convince the public that it's been consulted when it really hasn't.
Well, one thing you have to look at when you look at opinion polling is the fact that it basically targets some of the most shallow attributes of human emotion and cognition. It looks for hot button issues that we feel emotional about. It looks for people who are basically uninformed who have emotional response to issues.
So we're in a surveillance society, and we now have technologies that allow us to do X-rays continuously on the collective body.
Today, if you came to me and said, Frank, I'd like you to give me a national poll on what people thought of this particular TV show, and I'd like to know 24 hours from now what people thought, I could go out and design the questionnaire, enter it on our computer-assisted telephone interviewing network, talk to some of the supervisors who were going to assign this to the 70-odd telephone lines connected to computers and talking people, produce and translate the questionnaire, have it all entered directly into the computer as the work's going on, statistically analyzed, and give you your runs and breakdowns and a basic report by midnight, if I had to. Now, typically it will take a little longer, but it just gives you a sense of how quickly the technology has changed the capacity to do this kind of research. And, of course, that changes the whole sort of competitive framework for how knowledge products operate out there in the real world.
You're talking about an environment where the body politic is like a patient on an operating table. The surgeons are the PR, marketing, and advertising firms, and the electrodes are attached, and the signals are read on a constant basis, and then the decision is made on where to cut.